Hello, hello, hello to all of my Sagittariuses. This is Queen Amun Ra coming to you today with the full Buck Moon special reading. In case you hear a lot of fireworks, there's a lot of fireworks going off. So please, please, please forgive me. I'll try to make sure I speak up louder just in case it is too loud. Yeah, we have a lot going on right now. Okay, matter of fact, Sagittarius, we have Jupiter in retrograde right now until September the 13th. And so with your ruling planet being in retrograde right now, this is a philosophical time for you. This is a spiritual introspection for you and reflection. You're thinking about your growth, you're thinking about your development, your happiness, your success. So there's a lot of things that you're thinking about, okay? And so you know what? Get into that posture of thinking about things, It's just a lot happening for you right now. A lot. And so with a lot going on for you right now, there is some time where you have to actually create space for yourself, Sagittarius, to really step back and think about a lot of things, right? And that's not a bad thing, because we all need space to step back and think about a lot of things, but I want you to be real gentle with yourself, Sagittarius. I want you to really think about all the things that you're going through right now and creating this whole growth piece, right? And so Jupiter really is a planet of good luck, optimism, success, and generosity, right? So what do we know about the Sagittarius in particular? When you think about the Sagittarius, like what do we know about the Sagittarius besides the fact that Sagittarius is a fire sign, right? Your ruling planet is Jupiter. Like, what do we know about Sagittarius? So what we know about Sagittarius is that Sagittarius are very smart, they're very caring, they're very deep thinkers, they're very honest, they're very generous, they're idealists, they have a great sense of humor. And they're wild to some people. They're a lot of fun to some people, quite frankly. So, those are, like I said, the high vibrating Sagittariuses. And so I know a lot of Sagittariuses that are vibrating high, and they fit that to the letter, And so they are fire signs. And so, I want us to also be mindful that, like, not only is your planet in retrograde, there are other planets in retrograde. So you really don't know who you're going to encounter when you're out, and you don't know how powerful their ruling planets are, especially with attached to certain astrological signs. So in your time of like reflecting, in your time of growth, also just be mindful that there are other planets in retrograde right now that's affecting a lot of people, right? And so I want to share with you, first of all, I'm using the Mystic Monday cards. I also will be pulling a special reading from the Hoodoo Tarot cards, okay? I want you to see these like really close. All right. So let's see. Let's talk about the crystals first of all. Okay. Let's move this to the side for just a second. Let's talk about the crystals first of all. I have quite a few crystals, stones, and stuff here. Okay. So we have a full buck moon tonight. And so when there's a full moon, it's like supercharging your crystals, right? And so, but that's not the only time that you can actually charge your crystals. First of all, if you don't have crystals, don't be dismayed that, oh my gosh, I'm going to miss it because it's the full moon coming and all this stuff is happening tonight, right? Fireworks are happening tonight too. So let's say you decide you want to go on this journey of actually buying crystals or investing in crystals because you want to invest more in yourself and your spiritual journey and stuff. So you go online, first of all, and or if you know of a store where you can actually go into the store and you go and you ask the salesperson, like, what is this crystal for? Usually they have them marked. Like they may have like a box of amethyst, and they'll tell you that amethyst is a transformation, for transformation, it's for addiction release, it's for protection, it's also a sleep aid, right? So, but you have a conversation with the salespeople. That's what they're there for, talk to them. Or if you don't want to do that, you can also go online, because I know it's a lot of social distancing. Not every place is reopened and everything. So you can also go online and also do your research and see what these crystals are for, like the amethyst, like the love rose quartz or the love crystal. I have pyrite. I have jade in there. I have quite a few things in here. I have tiger's eye. I think I'm wearing that around my neck. Tiger's eye. I'm wearing that in amethyst around my neck. Like I said, pyrite here. Just a whole host of crystals that you have, right? So the first thing you want to do is do your research. The second thing you want to do is that when you've settled on getting your crystals, you want to see which ones you can purify with water, right? Because water is very potent in purifying and cleansing your crystals, right? So you want to wash up all that other energy that other people, people digging in crates and picking up stuff and picking up this crystal. And you want to get that energy off. You want to purify your crystal. That's your baby now, right? Even when you buy crystals in the mail, you don't really know what energies it's passed through to get to you, right? So you want to do that. You also, if it's not a full moon or whatever, the sun is rising, the moon is rising every night, sun is rising in the morning, you can charge your crystals that way. So in the sunlight, you're actually removing stale energy using the sunlight. The sunlight shining on your crystals is actually removing that stale energy. Also, the moonlight actually supercharges your crystals, okay? And then also you have, when you get your crystals and your crystals are charged, like you charge your cell phone up, or you charging up a battery or something, now you put your crystals in your hand. See this wooden hand that I have here? I thought this was cute when I got this from the store, but this is like two hands put together, like wooden hands. You put your crystals in your hand because you're trying to transfer your energy onto your babies, right? Your new crystals, your babies. And then you make your intentions. You actually breathe your intentions into your crystals, right? And so another way of actually charging your crystals is through saging. Moving that energy around. A lot of people light their sage, which their herbs, and then they take their feather and they move this energy around. Making sure it's covering your crystals. Another way is through music. That vibration from that high vibration music resonates throughout your space, and it's actually touching everything. All your crystals, it's touching everything. It's touching your animals, it's touching your people who live in the house with you, if you have pets, whatever, it's touching all of that. Music is another way of charging your crystals. You can also charge your crystals through earthing by putting them in soil, whether it's in a plant or whether it's outside. That's another way of doing it. And also through salt. Now, you have to be careful with salt because salt is also a purifier, but it may damage some of your crystals. So that's why you have to do your research. So if you're thinking about, I'm going to put it in salt water, hold on, don't do it just yet. Okay, do your research, okay, because it's very, very important. You don't want to ruin these things that you've invested in. You don't want to ruin your precious babies, your crystals, right? Okay, so Sagittarius, let's get into your reading. I want to like I said, I'm using two sets of cards. I'm using the Mystic Monday cards, but I'm also using the Hoodoo Tarot cards, okay? All right, because I want some questions answered to see if there's any blockages there, for you. We want everybody to get the best out of the best in terms of, like, if there are any blockages whatsoever. And so let's get into it. Most High God in the universe, give me some information for my Sagittariuses as it relates to their spiritual journey and them also taking action. Is there something that they need to take action on, like right away? Also, give me some information regarding love for them, the family love, the romantic love, self-love, as far as they're concerned, and also their money. Now, what is their money looking like right now? So let's see what we have for you. All right, Sagittarius, let's get into your reading. Okay. Wow, you have a lot of major arcanas. Let's see. Yep. Okay. We have Judgment. Let me see if I can put these. I need to actually fix this thing here because it's like spinning out of control. We have the Judgment card. You're in heavy reflection right now, Sagittarius. Your third eye is wide open. the High Priestess, right? Your third eye is wide, wide, wide open. You're actually being very, very patient with yourself, very patient with yourself, because you're reflecting on a lot of things, but your third eye is open. We also have this Gemini card, and we have this Death card, which is Scorpio, right? So this is letting me know, this is like the whole, this is like a, like I said, I'm not surprised, because there's a lot. Your ruling planet is very, very powerful. But listen, all of this is attached to heartbreak. This is attached to somebody stabbing you through. It feels like somebody stabbed you in your heart, Sagittarius. This is what this is attached to, okay? That's why now you've just decided to, like, there's some things that you need to just completely just dead, like just cut off completely, just let die. It could be some internal feelings that you have, but like this time of patience that you have right now, and this time of like reflection, like judging, you're actually assessing the people and the things around you, right? Internal as well as external, right? So you're thinking about some things, how you think of things. You're focused more on self-love. This is not about a person, okay? This Lovers card, this Gemini card, is about you tuning more into yourself, and then focusing on loving yourself more. Okay, this is what I'm getting. But there's like a complete change where your spirituality is heightened, your third eye is open. This moon is very, very powerful for everybody. I mean, quite frankly, it's powerful for everybody. But like I said, as far as you're concerned, Sagittarius, there's a lot of stuff that you're thinking about right now. Like I said, your planet, your ruling planet, is in retrograde right now until September 13th. So this is a very philosophical and spiritual introspection and reflective time for you. I'm not surprised. You're reflecting on a lot of things. You're reflecting on growth. You're reflecting on development. These are where your concerns lie. You're focusing on your happiness, and you're focusing on your success, right? And so in that process, some things need to die. Some things really, really need to die. And so because it's causing you a lot of heartbreak. Like, you're coming to terms with a lot of things that just really hurt you. And so with your third eye being open, and then it being attached to the High Priestess being attached to the moon, being attached to like the Cancer. Somebody has some Cancer somewhere in their chart. You are really, really just like, you're really thinking about some things that, and like I said, the Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, that energy, that water energy, but this High Priestess is really attached to the Cancer, the moon, is you are really, really focused on paying attention. Like paying attention, it goes so much deeper than just like your gut or your instinct. Your third eye is open, and so you have this newfound level of like this deep, deep, deep level of understanding of what's happening right now. And so this is causing you to just become stronger. See, this is this palm tree right here, strength. This is you becoming stronger, like loving yourself even more. This is not even about a mate. This is not what I'm getting. I'm just getting that you are really turning this love in on yourself. And so because not being completely truthful with yourself, and this is you being patient with yourself. Remember I said the love crystal, let's pick this up. This love crystal right here, this is about love, love, love. It's about forgiving yourself. It is about being gentle with yourself. It's about being kind with yourself. Like, a lot of things are happening, and so because a lot of things are happening internally for you, you really have to focus on being patient with yourself. Like, really being patient with yourself. But like something has caused you heartbreak. Like, something has really, really hurt you. let's get more into, because you have a lot of major arcana. Like, you're going through a lot of changes right now, Sagittarius. So I'm really not surprised, because your planet is in retrograde right now. And so but you're also, even though your duality is a masculine energy, which means you know you're pretty, you show your strength through taking action. Like, you're direct, you're energetic, right? But you're also a mutable sign, so meaning that you're kind of like, you kind of will go with the flow of like how things are happening. But that's also caused you a lot of pain. Like, it's caused you a lot of heartbreak, and not being able to see who was who, like who was really your friend in your life. And so you're in this mode of like putting some things to death. Like, you're really like starting to let your third eye be open and see like who was really really there for you, and like who was just kind of sort of using you as a pawn. That's what I'm getting. Like, yeah, but you're being very patient with yourself, and you're just kind of putting some things on pause. But a lot of this is attached to your spirituality. Like, your spiritual journey is helping you to see a lot of things that you did not see before. Okay, Sagittarius? Let's get into the second part of this reading. Yeah. Okay. You still have this. When I tell you, Sagittarius, this is the most major arcanas I've seen in any reading that I've done. This lets me know that you have so many things going on with you right now that it is just wow. So here's your card right here, okay? The Temperance card. Like, your life is in full balance. But let me tell you, Sagittarius, like I said, you're going through a lot of changes right now. A lot of changes. But what I want you to understand, okay, let me move these to the side and these three right here. What I want you to understand is that this spiritual journey that you're on, that you're actually able to see a lot of things as they see them as they really really are. Not like your blinders are off now. Like, you can really see things for what they really are. This is going to be a wonderful reboot for you, a reset for you. Like, you are in a space right now where you are actually are going through this transformation, this spiritual transformation, right? That you're actually going to achieve all the things that you've been wanting to achieve. This is self-love, to be able to see people for what they really are and who they really, really are. And the scales are actually balanced in your favor. This is Libra. Your scales are actually balanced in your favor, right? And so this newfound freedom that you have, and by the way, this is Capricorn, right? This is actually attached to is attached to Saturn, which is attached to this is great, because this is attached to the Saturn, the planet Saturn, which is attached to the ruling planets are Capricorn, and then the Aquarius that's on the cusp of Capricorn. Excuse me. So this is a wonderful thing. But this is achievement. This is unity. This is completion, right? Then we have the justice, which is also air sign. So even though Aquarius is air sign, because they're on the cusp, they're still an air sign. They're just on the cusp with their Capricorn energy. But the dominating thing is the Capricorn energy, which is influencing the Aquarius, but nevertheless Aquarius is still in here, right? So, but we also have this Libra, which is also in the air. This is your intellect and power, right? But then we have the Fool card, which is attached to Uranus, which is directly attached to the Aquarius, right? So what I'm saying here is there have been this a level of freedom for you that you're going to achieve. Like, the level of freedom that you have will be like that of an air sign, specifically an Aquarius, because of this journey, this spiritual journey that you're on. You're like I said, you're on this spiritual journey that's like wonderful for you. And it's such a great feeling that it's causing you to love yourself more. It's causing to like put your whole life in balance, the balance that you've always craved, and you're getting an opportunity to kind of sort of see some things for what they really are and really, really reflect on some things, because your former life was just heartbreaking. Like how you used to do things was just really, really heartbreaking. So you're focused on your happiness and your success, but this is you. This is the outcome of you right here. This is the full card in upright is, like I said, attached to the Aquarius. It's attached to Uranus, which is Aquarius's ruling planet, right? And so I just want you to be like, I really, really want you to focus on paying attention to your third eye. I really, really want you to do that, because Sagittarius, it's a win-win for you. For you to end up like this, a free spirit, purity, this also represents beginnings. So this spiritual journey that you're on, Sagittarius, actually represents a new beginning for you. Exactly the road that you're on. So you're on that right path right now. You're absolutely on the, like I said, this is another air sign. This is the Libra. This is justice, the justice card. It's swinging in your favor. And so you have a lot of things in your favor. And so this is a great win. And so because of that, like there's a lot of connections. This is the 10 of Cups. So there's a lot of connections to like your emotions and your creativity, right? Lots of connections. Your life is full circle. And so when you really step back and you really look at, like, you know, this is a judgment card. It's like you're judging yourself. You're also appraising like the people and the things around you. Like basically like you're looking back at a former life and like how you used to do things and how you used to process things. In actuality, it's like you have a whole new lease on life and how you see things, okay? And so that's a wonderful thing, Sagittarius. I really, really want you to celebrate this, because this is because you don't want to be back here with this place of heartbreak, like somebody stabbed you in the heart. No. That is not what's happening for you. You had to kill some things internally and even let some things go. You're still in that process. Remember I said your planet is still in retrograde, right? And so during that time, you're evaluating a lot of relationships with some people, you know, because you know that you have gotten some things wrong about some people, okay? And so you're really thinking about some things right now. And so this is like a new thing that's happening for you, this transformation that's happening for you. And guess what? It's nothing but a win-win. 8 of Wands, just straight up progression, just progressing, because you're going to like this new you. You're really, really going to love this new you, because it's nothing like tapping into your third eye and seeing things for what they really, really are. There's nothing like loving yourself deeper than you've ever loved before. Like it's a stronger love you have for yourself. That's why I like these crystals, because like I said, as soon as I'm finished my readings, I'm going to make sure I put all of my crystals out, you know, tonight, so they can get a full charge from this moonlight, you know, that we have the benefits. But even if you don't have crystals, what I mentioned earlier was that you can also charge them up in the sunlight. Okay, you can also sage your crystals. You can also earth your crystals. You can also put on high vibrating music. Like there's a lot of things you can do to charge your crystals. Okay, be careful with the salt though, because of course you don't want to ruin your crystal, right? So that's what's happening with you. And you know, and I'm so excited for you, Sagittarius, because there's a lot of stuff that's going on where you're really thinking about some new things. Like you're really, really thinking about like changing some things. You know what I'm saying? Like really changing some things so that your life is even more in balance. This is your card, the Temperance card. Like you're being, but this is you being patient with yourself. Like, and even see the beautiful thing about you being patient with yourself, this is the Hanged Woman. But again, so on some cards it's the Hanged Man, some cards it's the Hanged Person, right? But nevertheless, masculine, feminine energy. The beautiful thing about this person right here, and this is you, Sagittarius, is that in this position, this time of waiting and being patient, you have time to change your mind. You know, I I don't hear a lot of people mentioning the fact that you can change your mind in this position. While you're being patient and your third eye is open, a lot of information is coming to you. And so the things that you thought that you knew about people around you and things around you could change just like that, because now your third eye is open. You're really tapping into this spiritual, you've been diving deep in this spiritual awakening that you have right now is letting you see things for what they really are. So I'll give you an example. So, for instance, let's say a person was genuinely nice to you, and because of where you were and your hurt and your pain, you really thought that they were being disingenuous or phony, right? But then this third eye is opening up and showing you, no, that person actually was really, really nice to you. They really, really wanted you as a friend. But you couldn't see it because you were hurting yourself. Listen, when you have a lot of low vibrating energy, a lot of negative energy around you, it's really hard to see who your true friends are and who's not, right? And so you all are known for being like really funny and being wild and having a lot of fun. So that's a lot of energies around you for you to kind of sort of sift through and trying to figure out who's who, right, Sagittarius? But when you're settled down and you really think about it, it's you can change your mind. That's what this hanged woman is saying right here. You are hanging upside down. You are not stressed. You are really thinking about and you're reflecting. And now you're going into judgment mode. Judging is not bad, because when you think about judging, you're like, okay, I'm judging myself, but I'm also judging people, places, and things around me, like things that I've heard, things that I've seen. But now you're taking the time to step back and say, you know what? I need to see people for who they really are. And that's what your third eye is helping you to see people for what they really are. In that process, you're learning to love yourself deeper. This is a wonderful thing for you, Sagittarius. Like, you're loving yourself even deeper. And it's a win-win all the way across the board for you. Like I said, this is the Fool card upright. This is attached to Uranus. Uranus is the ruling planet for Aquarius, right? So Sagittarius, what I'm saying is that you probably got an Aquarius wrong. You probably got an Aquarius all wrong. But you had to put to death some beliefs that you had, right? You really had to put to death some beliefs that you had. And so it's just a wonderful outcome for you, because this journey of spirituality that you're on is actually where you're concerned about, and then your planet being retrograde right now, you're concerned about your success, you're concerned about your spirituality, just a lot of things that you're concerned with right now. Some beautiful things are happening for you because you're in that reflection mode. You're in introspection mode. You are thinking about your growth. You're thinking about your happiness. You're thinking about your success. You're also thinking about your development. That's why I'm not surprised that there's so many major arcanas up here for you, because there's a lot going on in your mind right now, Sagittarius. And it's a beautiful thing that's happening in your mind, because you've actually had some time to step away from negative influences, right, that may have influenced your thought process. And so you have some time to really step back and think about, you know what? And guess what I think it is? I think it's an Aries, or somebody in the somebody that's in your, but immediately Aries came to mind. Somebody's still in your element of the fire energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. But what I'm getting is that it's actually an Aries that's helping you to progress like real quick when it comes to your thought process. And that's a beautiful thing, to have people in your space that is like helping you see things spiritually, like, hey, that person's not like that at all. That hasn't been my experience with them, but or to say, hey, we need to love people where they are. We don't know what they're going through either. And so it's helping you, the people around you, your community of people around you are actually helping you see things differently about maybe a person or persons that you otherwise looked at as like, you didn't like them for whatever reason. When people are going through things, you really don't know. Like, I want us to learn how to be more gentle with each other and start trying to put ourselves in other people's shoes. Like when you know a person is going through a really, really rough time, especially if you meet them while they're going through a really rough time, just be gentle with them. Like pray for them, help them like through their journey. Not to a place where it may start making you codependent, but I'm saying like help them through their journey by praying for them, like, you know, by offering, you know, to pray with them or come sit with them or whatever, you know. But again, not allowing them to sit in a pity party where they're dragging you down into this puddle with them. But like I said, Sagittarius, like I said, I'm just getting that there's more self-love coming out of this. You're being more patient with yourself. You are reevaluating some things. You are away from the negative pack, where you can actually tap into your third eye and get your energy directly from the universe. That's what I'm getting for you. Okay, let's get into these hoodoo tarot cards, okay? Because I want to see if there are any hexes or roots or you know, anything put on you, because I'm telling you, some of those are very, very powerful. Like a lot of people don't believe in, you know, like that somebody can put like magic spells on you and you know, sending dark energy your way and all that other stuff. But I know that they can. Okay. And so that's why I talk a lot about, you know, making sure you get your crystals, doing your research and seeing what the power that each one of the crystals has. Okay. And so when you set your intentions and you breathe your intentions on your crystals, then you see, okay, this thing is powerful. And so what's amazing about these crystals is that, like, when you get up in the morning, like I said, people are into all kinds of dark magic and all kinds of things to try to hurt people. And so you want to protect yourself. You want to guard yourself at all times. At all times, okay? And so prayer, keep yourself prayed up, pray for your enemies, because they don't even realize that them wishing you harm is actually immediately causing karma to hurt them. That's like, I don't know why people do that. Like, once I got a full understanding of, you know, how karma works and how it comes back around, and it never comes back in a way that you think it's going to come back. Like, you think, okay, I wish this person would lose their job. You think that karma's going to come back, you may lose your job. It comes back so much worse. And the one thing about karma is that karma is a very meticulous account keeper. Like, you may have even forgotten about the stuff that you did, but karma doesn't, right? And so, but when it comes back in a way that, like, OMG, like, why is all of this stuff happening? That's why keep your vibrations high. Do your best by people. You know, if there are people in your space, you know, Sagittarius, that, you know, are causing you any kind of confusion or trying to cause any discord or whatever the case may be, then it's best that you sever ties with them, because you don't want to put out bad energy against a person who is hurting and they have just decided, you know what, I'm just too much of in a place of pain. I need to remove myself from the Sagittarius' space, and you're thinking, Sagittarius, that this person is being phony, when in actuality they're just hurting, you know? So let's get into these. I want to know specifically, you know, have the Sagittarius been tricked, hexed, cursed, or jinxed? I also want to know the source of the root worker's anger towards the Sagittarius. I also want to know the message, any messages that you can give to me from the ancestors about the situation for the Sagittarius. And also I want to know what the remedy is, and then also the final outcome. So let's get into it. I want you all of you to be protected. I really want all of you to be protected, because I'm telling you, you have some other entities out here. People are praying for just downfalls of other people and trying to hurt people. It's just too much. Sometimes you think to yourself, like, what does a person gain from, like, literally trying to stop me or block me or hurt me? But they're not even thinking about it, like, because they're being controlled by other entities, right? They're not even thinking about the repercussions. It's gonna happen, you know, their repercussions and consequences. They're just thinking about immediate gratification of trying to hurt you. Okay, but, you know, we're not even focused on that. So listen, the first question is, have I been tricked, hexed, cursed, or jinxed? Okay, the Six of Knives. Okay, this is you, Sagittarius, moving on from a situation. Like you have literally cut ties, with the situations and people. Okay, and so, like I said, this is you moving on, right? So no, I do not, to answer the question, no, I do not see any hexes or curses or any jinxes, right? But I see that you have just, in your time of being patient and just kind of judging the situation, you have just decided to just move on, right? You have literally just sailed out. This is the Six of Knives. This is knives, cutting situations, cutting ties and just moving on, okay? Then we have the Ten of Knives, right? So this Ten of Knives is showing that, look at this person leaving out of this place with all these knives in their back. Okay? This is, again, represents a great deal of hurt. But remember, the person who has tried to hurt you has actually hurt themselves, really have hurt themselves. And so what I really want you to understand is that anytime somebody puts that kind of energy out there to try to hurt you, that the only person that they're hurting is themselves. This Ten of Knives is like this Six of Knives is attached to the Aquarius, Gemini, Libra energy, okay? This Five of Knives right here. Okay, so again, this is attached to your journey to your journey to power and intellect, right? You are smarter, you are wiser, you are more powerful. Again, this is attached to the Aries, the Aquarius, the Libra, and the Gemini energies, right? And then we also have the Four of Knives. Okay, again, you are severing ties with things that just did this to you, kept you in a state of confusion, like really kept you in a state of confusion. And so you are living your best life, like this free life. And so this is a new beginning. This is for ancestors, okay? This is your elders talking, right? And so this is the ancestors card. And so the beautiful thing about the ancestors card, and I want to get in really close. See, like half of the face is like alive and the other face is a skeleton. This is representing like new beginnings. Yeah, this is like representing new beginnings. And so what I want you to understand about new beginnings for you is that I want you to be okay, Sagittarius, with you moving on. Like really be okay with you moving on, because whether you feel like the person who hurt you deeply, again, which could have been you imagining that person, because they were hurt, right? It could have been you imagining that person was the one that hurt you, but nevertheless, this is about self-care, okay? It doesn't matter what you imagine or whatever. This is about you, Sagittarius. So it doesn't matter what that person's situation was. I just want you to be gentle with yourself. And I also want you to understand that sometimes people go through things and they don't even understand why they're going through things, a lot of people are hurting, but this is death. This is the Scorpio energy. And just like this right here, you're reflecting on some things, coming through some mountains. But this is the Scorpio energy. This is death. This is every end is also a new beginning. So again, for you, there's a lot of new beginnings taking place, right? And so you're having to put to death a lot of beliefs, because now that your third eye is open, you can really see things for what they really, really, really are. Like no half stepping, no pretending, no nothing. So you are taking the time for yourself, and I'm so glad that you're taking the time for yourself, Sagittarius, to like focus on what's best for you, okay? This is all about you, because you have gotten some mixed messages from people like manipulating you, trying to make you believe certain things. But like I said, with all these knives cards out, like I said, I'm getting a very strong Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy, of being somebody who was actually misunderstood. Okay, this is what I'm saying, that the person was very, very misunderstood. And because this person was hurting, like I said, because this Aquarius, Libra, Gemini was hurting, that they have it somewhere in their chart, because they were hurting, you didn't really you didn't really know, but your third eye is open now. And so it looks like this person actually just decided, but just like you decided to just, be still and just whatever, this person just decided, you know what, I'm just sailing out. I'm sailing out. So Sagittarius, you could have Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra in your chart, but I see again a new beginning for you. I see a new beginning for you, like, and it's a wonderful new beginning, because it's more focused on self-love. That's why I'm not surprised that these cards came out, because this is the most major arcanas I've had for any astrological sign. But like I said, by your planet being in retrograde right now, Sagittarius, and this time being a time for philosophical and spiritual introspection and reflection for you, I'm not surprised at the growth, at the development, at the happiness, at the success that's happening for you. And so don't worry about it if this person, like I said, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra, if you misunderstood, their plight, because the universe brings things back, brings things back around if it's supposed to bring things back around. What I want you to focus on is your third eye being open, you receiving everything you need to receive from the universe, so that you can have what you need to be happy, successful, whole. This is all about you. But again, this is what I have for you, Sagittarius. I am really, really happy for you, because, by you being this like outgoing, fun person and being surrounded by so many different energies, it's really kind of hard to see exactly who has your best interest at heart and who doesn't have your best interest at heart. But I think you're on the right journey, of finding out, like, loving you more, to a point where you just feel like, you know what, I love me more. I'm going to focus on me. I'm going to do me for a while. And that's a beautiful place to start, because you cannot love other people if you don't truly love yourself, right? So that is what I have for you, Sagittarius. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Be very, very safe. Be very careful. Of course, this COVID-19, social distancing, all these fireworks going off. There's a lot of stuff happening right now. And these planets are retrograde, right? So a lot of people are not even thinking. They're not thinking like they normally would, because these planets are in retrograde right now, and they don't understand why. So, but send them to this channel, okay? So hopefully we can clear some things out for them when it comes to. But again, hopefully this resonated with you. This message resonated with you, because we need to learn how to get out in front of things that's actually happening. Like, it's important that we understand, how powerful this moon is, or these moons are, like the crescent moon, the full moon, the waning, waxing moon, the blue moon, all these other, they're very, very powerful. But like I said, you want to get in front of all of this stuff. You want to protect yourself. You want to, it's really about self-care, because if you're sitting around pouring all this goodness into other people, what do you have left for yourself, Sagittarius? Nothing, right? And then you get to a place of not being able to know, you don't even know who around you is sincere and who's insincere. So who wants to be in that place? So yeah, take this time to focus on you, Sagittarius, okay? because it is really, really all about you. You don't want to send any mixed messages to people. You don't want to receive any mixed messages. But I think in this instance here, as far as an Aquarius is concerned, because an Aquarius, Gemini, Libra, because I'm getting air signs, that they were grossly misunderstood. And so they went into protection mode themselves. And so hence, but again, it's not about them. It is really about you, Sagittarius. And so this is about your self-care. If it's meant for you all to be friends or to come back around at some point in your journey, then it will happen. But if not, then okay, just keep putting that good, positive energy out in the universe and watch good things keep coming back to you, okay? That is what I have for you, Sagittarius. I hope you have a great weekend. But again, this is Queen Amun Ra coming to you with the reading for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. I hope the message resonated with you. I hope you have a great weekend. Be safe. Bye.